Well, hey, Cascade Church, welcome to another Wednesday's Word. Today, I just want to focus on one verse. If you're doing the daily audio Bible that Brian and them kicked off, today we were in Romans chapter 6, and the chapter ends with a verse I memorized in seminary that's probably one of the best one sentence, one verse presentations of the gospel that we've ever seen. What it says is, the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ our Son. And so you break that down. Wages are something you earn. So we earn death through sin, the wages of sin. So what we do when we sin, the result of that is death. When you have a job, you work hard to get your paycheck. That's why you do the whole job thing. And when you do the job of sinning, what you're doing is investing in your own death. You're pushing God away. Last Sunday at Cascade Christian Reformed, we talked about how lying does that. When you lie, you create a false self. And what you're saying is that the real me, the me that made a mistake, the me that isn't as pretty or as funny or as accurate or whatever you're lying to cover up, that real me is unlovable. And so you push people and you push God away, because when they come into relationship with you to say, I love you, you say, well, you don't know the real me. You can't love me because I've never let you see me. And by doing that, you slowly push God and others away, and the result of that is death. Every sin is like that. We take sexual immorality, and of whatever form, what we're saying is our bodies are far more important than our spirits. And when you have sex outside of marriage, you're saying, I'm making a promise with my body that my mind and my emotions and my spirit is not willing to invest fully in. I want you for this moment, not forever, which is not the way God intended it. And so you're pulling death into yourself. You're destroying future relationships, that current relationship. Even if people get married, there's a lot of studies that show when people get married after living together for years, the divorce rate just skyrockets because they have so much of that built up into their minds. They don't even realize that I've always had an out clause in this relationship. I could break up with you at any time. And now, even though we've signed the papers after 2, 3, 4 years of living together, I still have an out clause emotionally. And then we treat God that way. I've got an out clause. I can get out of it. You can get out of it. People are designed to be broken up with. And so how can you have faith in a covenantal, eternal, loving God? So the wages of what we do is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. And so you think about a gift is something you don't earn. If someone just shows up and gives me a brand new Tesla or a new car, and actually one time early in my ministry, me and my family had one kind of beat up car at a fairly well off, not super well off family. Were about to trade in their Jeep Cherokee, and they were only going to get a couple thousand for it. And in the scheme of what they're doing, it would have raised their payment, $20, $30 a month to not have that trade-in value. They gifted that to our family. Nothing we earned. They rarely even came to the church. They were people who came to Vacation Bible School and a few other things. But the gift was something that I couldn't earn, couldn't pay off right away. And you think about how much even more we get this gift of eternal life through Jesus Christ. So God looks at us and says, okay, these people don't deserve this, but I'm going to give it to them anyways. They're not earning it. I'm not giving it to them because they're my favorite. I'm just giving it to them because I love them. And the gift is eternal life. So even though we've worked hard for our own death, God steps in and gives life. And not just any life, eternal life. And we get it through Jesus Christ. So what Jesus did on the cross, his perfect life, his perfect death, his resurrection, the new life that we get in him, the new kingdom, the born-again kingdom that's coming, all of that is through Jesus Christ. And so take that verse and break it down. The wages of sin is death. We've all messed up. We've all pushed God and others away. And the result of that is loneliness, exile, divorce, death. But the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ, his Son. And so in my experience, when I share the gospel with people, very rarely do people want to go verse by verse through the Bible. But it's always helpful to have something like that. So you tell your story, you listen well to their story, you find out, and this is where I often share the gospel, people's places of pain. They've been dealing with loss, they've been dealing with heartache, they've been feeling that things aren't going well. Maybe they're experiencing in some big or little form that death, that's their wages. And so you step in, you're not beating them over the head with this. What you say is, it feels like this is a bit of a death you're going through. You've been abused, you've been divorced, you've been laid off. There's grief that's happening. And the wages of sin is death. Don't say you sinned, therefore you deserve this. You can't always do a direct one-to-one result. But you can say we live in this world, we're left to ourselves, we hurt ourselves and we hurt others. But Jesus came in. The gift of God is eternal life. It's not supposed to be this way. There is a life and you can have it. and you get it through Jesus Christ, his Son. So one more time, the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ, his Son. Think about that for yourself, but also get that one memorized and kind of keep it in the hopper as you share the gospel with others. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to send them in the chat. If not, God bless. Talk to you soon.